Hey there, it's Christine Garvin, and I'm back with another EFT session for you. Today, we are going to talk about the spiritual side of hormone issues. So, as I talk about all the time, it's never just a physical thing when we have an illness or when we have hormone issues, right? There is the physical, the emotional, the spiritual, or energetic. I kind of pair those together. So when I say spiritual, I'm not necessarily talking about religious, right? I'm talking about a deeper soul's purpose around our experiences. And I think for many of us women that are experiencing hormone issues, there is a spiritual component slash energetic component that we may be missing out on. So one of the most popular blog posts on my website is about the spiritual aspects of fibroids. So I know that this taps into truth for a lot of women because we have experiences in our lives, we have traumas in our childhoods. We know from research that things like endometriosis is very much tied to childhood trauma, particularly sexual trauma. And living as a woman in our culture means that we've had to hold up a lot of balls, throw a lot of balls around, and push ourselves and accept things that maybe we haven't wanted to accept at different points in our lives that have hindered our health, right? And so today's session is really about breathing through those, helping to process maybe some stored emotion in your system, some stored energy that we want to move through your body so that it no longer hinders you when it comes to your hormone health. And to understand that, we all have a path in our lives that we have to understand that there's lessons on that path. And part of that is processing through, letting go, moving through something instead of trying to just push it down because it comes out in the physical sense when we try and push it down. So that was a little bit long of an explanation, but I just wanted you to kind of understand where I'm coming from. And hopefully you identify with some of that in terms of your healing journey. So let's go ahead and get started on our tapping. If you haven't been here before, we tap starting on the karate chop point. And you do that either side, doesn't matter. We're going to go from here to top of our head, in between our eyebrows, on the outside of the eyebrow, underneath the eye, underneath the nose, the chin, sternum, and then down here under our armpit, and then back up here on the top of our heads. So go ahead and take a nice deep breath in and let it out. So you're going to repeat after me. If you don't connect with what I'm saying, you don't have to repeat after me. You can say something different or wait until the next tapping spot. All right, here we go. Even though I struggle with things that have happened in my life, both known and unknown, and how they impact my hormones, I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. Even though I know that there's things that I can't even explain that come up in my daily life and make me act or react in a certain way. And I may be acting or reacting in a way that I don't really want to be, but I can't help myself. I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. I know that I'm going through these hormone issues in part because of things that have happened in my life. I know that these things have happened for a reason, that part of living life is experiencing hardships. in order to learn and grow. Sometimes it's hard to accept this, and I just get really sad and frustrated and even angry at the hardships that I've experienced. Even though all of this is true, I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. It can be hard when I think about things that happened in my childhood or as a teenager with my family or work situations, even as an adult. Sometimes my actions aren't what I want them to be because it feels like something else is in control. Sometimes it's really hard for me to speak my truth to my family, to my loved ones, to those that I work with. Sometimes it's easier to just push through and push down the emotions that come up for me. I also know that sometimes I allow people to push past my own boundaries. In some situations, I don't even know my own boundaries because I want to be liked. I want others to be pleased with me, or I want things to just not get out of control. I'd rather everyone just be happy rather than deal with anger or resentment or abandonment. And so I don't really set boundaries. Or if I do, I don't maintain them. I don't want to be selfish. But there's part of me that knows this isn't quite right. There's a part of me that understands I need to be strong in what I need and what I'll accept and what I'll go for in life. Because sadly, me being nice or allowing people to take advantage of me won't stop them from doing it. Only setting my boundaries, being very clear with them, and sticking with them is what will protect me. There's a part of me that understands the hormone issues that I'm dealing with, feeling all over the place, feeling crappy for days and sometimes weeks on end, have to do with the fact that I don't have good boundaries and I don't take good enough care of myself. And I know that this in part comes from what I was taught as a kid, the expectations that were put on me in my family and by society. I was always supposed to be the good girl, the one that does what she's told, the one that follows the rules. Because what was shown to me is that this is the only way that I would be loved. I breathe through that belief as I let it go, because I know that's not love. I know real love is being respected for who I am, for my boundaries, for standing up for myself, for being really clear in my communication about my needs. This doesn't mean I can't hear other people or listen to what they have to say. This doesn't mean that I'm selfish. This doesn't mean that we can't come to some kind of agreement that works best for all parties involved. But it does mean that I won't allow anyone to railroad over what I need, that I won't give in when things get uncomfortable, that I will stay strong in believing and knowing that I deserve respect of who I am and what my boundaries are. I know that this is the path to healing the physical symptoms that I'm dealing with, including all of the hormone issues that I face. I know that the more that I get clear on my needs, speak to those needs, be very, very open about those needs, and allow those who don't respect those needs to fall out of my life, the faster I will find myself feeling better. Because I know that I'm here for a reason, that I am creating the life that I want to lead, and that as I set boundaries in my life and let go of those that don't respect them, that better people will show up in my life. More of what I want will show up in my life, and my health will continue to get better and better. This is so completely true and powerful, and nothing can surpass it. And so I thank my body and my soul for these lessons that I am learning. And I know this in mind, body, and spirit. Release it out. Wow, I really felt that one for myself. I hope that you felt some good energy shift with that one. This is a tough area, and I see it with all of my clients all of the time. So don't be afraid, even if it brought up a lot for you right now, to continue to do this tapping and tapping on anything that comes up for you around it. If you're not done right now, keep tapping. Anything that comes up, just speak to it and release it out. It's great, obviously, to work with therapists, the therapist on this kind of intense stuff too. So it's part of the hormonal healing journey, and I'm so glad that you're doing it. And I'm here with you in spirit all the time. I'll see you next time.